I am my father's son. And I'm going to speak about my dad today as it pertains to health and to where I am today when I look at the old values and I look at modern medicine. My father passed away and over 15 years ago, and his last 10 days of life, he had 5 massive strokes that eventually took out his heart that night on this last day. But he was a solid man, 82 years of solid man. I have his hands, and he was shorter than I. He was a stocky man growing up, but he had these massive hands on a 5'10" frame, but he was strong. When I say strong, I'm talking core strength, I'm talking grip strength right to the end. But here's a man that ate flaxseed, that ate chia seeds, that ate raw nuts, that did the cod liver oil, that did the organ meat, and he would preach on that, and he would do that every day. That's what he consumed. And he would educate me on that. And back then, you listen to this marketing that we're in, and he would tell me, educate me, but in one ear and out the other, like we say. Today, when I look back, if my father would have followed his principles, which he had, like in his 50s, he bought a bike, and I remember that, because he was very conscientious of his health that way. And if he would have combined modern medicine, and I say that because the neurologist had pulled me aside and said, if he would have told us about the condition, which supposedly started a year before, and we thought it had just started, but he wouldn't speak out, right? The old guys, like the World War II gentleman, that's what he was, and they took care of themselves. They didn't go to hospitals and those kind of things. But if he would have, and if he would have treated the causations of the blood clot that eventually lodged in his brain that killed them, and if he would have addressed that like I do today, hence why I got off all the medication, hence why I got off all the dependencies to medication, medical device, and so on and so forth, is because I follow those principles of the old books, like his upbringing, where the stuff that he was doing every day religiously, I do very similar religiously with other products, including what he was doing. But I combine it with modern medicine, and I'm going to start speaking more about this as I progress here with these types of videos. And I want to educate, because it is our duty to teach, but it's our duty to continuously learn. And if I can teach those that, and they can learn, and they can also teach others, it will make the world a better place. And then when I say that I've reversed all my medical conditions, I'm 90%, and that's what I'm doing. I'm completely reversing my medical conditions that I had built up. And it takes decades to build up those conditions, and they don't come overnight. And then the medication, like I said, the only thing I'm taking now is my supplements, right? And I've reversed things through internal health, but also by using the technologies of modern medicine to figure out the causations so I can treat the causations. And when I look at my father and the stuff that he did every day religiously, and I think back like how right he was, right? He was right. And he wasn't, he didn't have access to the internet. He didn't have the guy's a grade 3 and 45 years in governance and so on and so forth, but very knowledgeable in that. And his knowledge came organically. It came from upbringing and came from the teachings that he received as a young man, knowing what is healthy for you. And he was very, very adamant about all those things and teaching it. And I am my father's son. Jean-Guy Bourguignon, Jean-Guy Public Communicator.